Hey everyone, right, well that's a bit weird. I just did it straight away since I pressed the button, get time to move the camera or anything. Anyway, normally it doesn't do that. Yeah, it's cool, everything's live, no one's set up, everything's set up. Okay, so I'm well, cooking, but not really cooking, I just sort of have a chat to people. I know I need to get some menus going on and decide what I'm going to cook each week, etc. Just been a bit busy doing other things, how it is. Nice cheese. Right, I'm just going to do a burger. I'm just like boiling some water here. It's nearly there. A few old poached eggs, which don't take that long, really, to be fair. Do you know what? Randomly, I think you should do them like 3 minutes, but last time I did 3 minutes, it was a bit undercooked. No big deal. Anyway. Cooked meat on my hands, it's cool. Uncooked meat. Anyway, right. Cup of coffee? Still coffee. So here the UK is going to have like a no lockdown thing going on. Just put the oil in. Remember, oil is to cook it, not to make it stop it from sticking. Unless you have non-stick pans and obviously, there's the oil. It's for cooking the food. Whatever. Okay, so England's going to have like a no COVID thing soon, hopefully, which is good. We don't really care, but kind of do to mention it, I guess. And just mention it because it's about time everyone did the same thing. It's stupid, isn't it, really? I couldn't give you any medical advice ever. Roughly 5 minutes, we'll see. Maybe a bit longer. Maybe it's not as good. Maybe it takes a little bit longer because of the plastic tray thing. This is from Mom's. This is a really clever little bit of kit. It's just like basically, it's a small pan, and you've got a little tray that holds these little yellow, these plastic egg cups, right? And then you just crack your eggs into there. I know. Do you know what? I spent years, I know I could have bought my egg, but I spent years swirling the water around or whatever, dropping an egg in and boiling the water, just drop it. There's loads of different ways. And honestly, 50% of the time, it all goes pear-shaped for me, so this is much better. And that's poached eggs are definitely my thing. Of all the choices of egg, poached. Definitely. Poached. And then scrambled, but generally when we go fried. Should do that. It's a bad habit. Stop doing bad habits. Put some effort in. Put some effort in. Alright. So I bought these. So I'm doing like one cheeseburger and some fries, right? And I went for the 6 burgers rather than the 2 burgers, right? The price difference is 6 burgers is 50 cents more, roughly 50 cents more, which is no big deal. Why am I having 6 and 2? Well, obviously the 6 is smaller, thinner. I thought, I'll look at the sizes difference to see what the difference is. And it's one whole burger, basically. So the 2 burgers you get are just the fat ones, right? You basically, in the 6 burgers, you get 3 burgers. So 2 burgers are the same size as the one. So I don't have one burger. And I thought, what I could do is doing like a double-decker burger, which I'm doing. Could put a slice in between, but shall I? No, too much bread. I eat too much bread. I eat more bread in Spain than anywhere else. It's a bit much. Maybe it's today. Maybe it's a week. I think it's mine. So I just looking for something else to have instead. Everyone else have it, right? Yeah. Put on loads of weight. Put on loads of chub with honestly, with just beers, empty calories. It's because it's like cheap in Spain. It's so cheap. You get like 1 litre for €1, or less. So when you go to the supermarket, it'll cost you a little bit less, right? Anyway, so I'm not doing anything really. I'm not cooking any food. I'm not ever teaching people how to cook. We just cook and chat at the same time. And also, sometimes people might get some tips or ideas because I do things slightly different, but probably just me. It's different skills. So I'm doing a cheeseburger. Um, not a grocery, just normal buns. Makes a difference to me. It's all the same, right? Yeah, cheeseburger, poached eggs, and some chips. And they're going to take. Well, I've got this on a low heat. I'm going to cook it slowly. I'm going to melt the cheese in it, and just I've got some mayonnaise. Do you know what? This tastes exactly. I think all mayonnaise pretty much should taste the same, but this tastes exactly the same as the almonds. Honestly, it does. It was like 100%. It was next to the Hellmann's and I picked it up by mistake. I didn't realise it was a different one. I was like, oh, wow, it tastes just exactly the same. What I'm going to do before it finishes, before it runs out, I'm going to get a jar of Hellmann's and I'm going to taste test each of them just to see how different they are. But there's a lot of difference. There's a lot of difference in price, I'm sure. I expect. I just picked it. I picked it wrong. And mine makes a difference. It's obviously the right one. It's mayonnaise. Yeah. Random bit of information. Tell you about the burger sizes. And, most things are made in the same factory. You know this, right? What's the for the time? Oh yeah. What's the time? I've been made redundant like 5 times for my. Anyway, but once upon a time I worked of all places. For Dairy Crest, which Muller owns now. Muller bought them out. And no, for a very short amount of time. I don't think a month. The pay was good, but the job was shit. The hours were shit. Wow, that's nice. Anyway, Dairy Crest. And apparently it's different milk from different places, but they changed the labels and the machines printed new different labels on for different milks. Now apparently it's different. Now, I don't know if it's entirely different milk. I do know that the percentage of water is greater, not just if it's semi-skimmed or skimmed or whatever, but the percentage of actual quality of cream or milk or whatever is higher in certain brands, like the more expensive ones, like the Waitrose or whatever. I know that because I went there, but it's all on the same line. It's all the same. It's pretty much the same. There might be a difference in product, but I don't really think so. I think pretty much it's the same. If you get cheap, in England you get the worst thing you possibly give you, because one of the things they do, they kind of make people pay for anything quality or decent enough quality to class as being edible. Yeah, I think I should have stopped just a little bit earlier. I'm eating half this, of course. Everyone does it right. But yeah. A little bit of time. We'll just do put the mayonnaise where you want. I'm going to whack mine. Spread it on the spread it like butter or margarine. I don't think people should use margarine or something else, or whatever. Just my taste. I'm going to spread it on there instead. That's what I do. It's my thing. And then I'm going to get some of this and chuck on the bottom. And the rest of it, I'm actually going to chuck on top of it. I'm going to try and do it together a bit, maybe. Maybe just one second. But I'm going to chuck it on top. Like a crunchy sort of like middle layer, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? It might be terrible. We'll see. Anyway. Why not, eh? Why not? Can't it? Of course. Lowest. Yep. On the lowest. Yep. Yeah, that's good. Still wants a little bit of running. At the bottom. That's quite nice sauce. Quite nice sauce. Check my chips, not ready yet. I was going to do some bacon, but no, I eat too much bacon and stuff. Not too much bacon. Eat enough bacon, so just so I don't need to taste it today. And I've got fat bacon now. I'll get back to just went to see the butcher in the market and in the centre. And yeah, he's like, he cut it for me right there and then. Oh yeah, no problem. And it's got less fat on as well. Like none at all. And that's what I want. That's what the problem with streaky bacon. This is not the fact that you hardly get any actual meat. It's all fat. It's just the fact it's all fat. That's a bit I don't like. Some people love it. It's a bit I don't like to see all that fat. All that fat. Anyway. Yeah, these are. Yeah, that's pretty much done, aren't they? Yeah. Couple more minutes. The chips. Yeah, so the UK is opened up its COVID borders. I wonder which country is going to be next, or is going to soon or something. It's going to be completely normal, apparently. No COVID scam thingy. I'm not saying it was not COVID, by the way. I'm just saying the way it's being done is a scam. Also, they know which humans they can control and which they don't. All the ones that volunteered for vaccination and stuff like that. I've met a couple of people, me included, never had any of that nonsense. And you think I'm stupid or could have killed you, you've had the vaccination, you're endangering my life because I had a vaccination, you haven't, what the fuck? Does your vaccination not work? If I'm vaccinated, I know I'm safe, right? If you don't know you're safe after you had the vaccination, question the vaccine. My opinion. Yeah, but yeah. So hopefully things will be back to normal in maybe a year at the most, which is good really because it's kind of annoying me a little bit. Wasn't really a prevention. I mean, it stopped me from going to play pool once. That was okay. That's like basically a bit of a shit hole to be fair. Just because it's got a pool table, didn't mean he's going to go there. But anyway, yeah. Stopped me from going there because they wouldn't let me in without a valid COVID pass crap. That's all a load of nonsense anyway, isn't it really? I mean, how many people have been using fake ones and stuff? Big news, that is. People who've been charging for fake ones. Scamming on the scam. Clever. That's something that really bugged me actually. They're making a lot of money out of vaccine and nonsense and PCR tests and nonsense. They're just making money off people. It's a bit unfortunate really. To be making money off the public like that. Wait, look at this up. Wait, so that's really cool. Yeah, I mean, something that's not curable. This if you spend or whatever. I don't know. They change their minds all the time. I don't know what to say. I'm not getting into that. Anyway, just think which country is going to be next now. So, yeah, I'll just make it now. Just have to eat. Yeah, which country is going to be next to open up? Stop all this COVID nonsense. Because some countries never did it, by the way. You are aware of that, right? This is something you have to look at, yeah. Actual stats. Now, certain countries are going to lie about the stats, and because certain places didn't get involved or didn't give any stats, or some countries like might have had to. So yeah, we had 1 or 2 cases from people came in from abroad. So just to, so it doesn't look like they're just making it up or ignoring it, because a lot of places didn't have any of that crap. So Some places didn't have any COVID at all in any way, shape, or form. I mean, coronavirus is coronavirus is everything from a common cold to well, now COVID-19. It's not the worst, is it? It's not the worst out of all the coronaviruses. And to distinguish between one and another is not possible with their tests. Obviously not. Else they wouldn't have such high quantities of bullshit and people having this COVID that's supposed to last 5 days, and people that have had it when it originally came out said it lasted 5 days or 3 days or whatever. They're stuck in hospital for 5 days. And they've had it for 2 weeks, and they said, oh, I had the flu, really, but they told me I had COVID because I did a test that said positive. Yeah? But anyway, I don't know. Anyway, that's my opinion. It's my opinion, it's not fact. I'm not a doctor, and I don't want to be, and I'm not trying to give you medicine. I'm not giving you medical advice, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it's a crock of shit, and all you fuckers that fell for it are dickheads. Everyone are queued up to get a vaccination, you're wankers. You're wankers, you really are. You didn't look at the big picture. You know, unless of course you were in, don't get me wrong, what I'm saying, if you were like my age or younger and you have no health problems and you queued up to get a vaccine because you're scared little sheep. You know? But that's all I'm going to say. If you were in a particular category, that if you normally would get a vaccine against the flu, fair play, I've never had a vaccine against the flu, I'm not going to die from it. I'm not going to die from COVID either. Even long COVID or omni COVID or the next bollocks scam I made up COVID or whatever bollocks, you know. And the reason I didn't believe it is because the only people that told us about it were famous people, were actors and all these like dickhead pop stars and fake rappers and all that sort of shit. They're the only people that told us about that crap, you know. And you don't listen to an actor. The job of actor, I've said this before, but the job of actor is to lie, convincingly lie to somebody, convince you that, you know, whoever, Clint Eastwood, is really John Smith, you know, from number 32 down the street that's been made up in some film. And you're convinced by their acting. It's lying, right? That's the whole point. Oh, look, Tom Hanks is telling me that COVID exists. Fuck off. It's a lie. Why is the doctor not telling me? Why is somebody who knows something about medicine not telling me as a first person? No, it wasn't. Tom Hanks was the first person. So, anyway. Bollocks. Absolute lies. I don't care what you think. I don't care if you believe that your nan died of COVID. She didn't. She had a fucking common cold. And they tested her. And if she was in England, they stopped giving medicine to anyone that had COVID. That's what they said. If you're old, if you're over a certain age, if you're in this category, or you've got some sort of long-term thingy, you stop any sort of medication. If you test positive for COVID. But they didn't test for COVID. They tested for the coronavirus. Because at the time, I hadn't even isolated the virus. But that's beside the point. So they killed off all the old people, which, by the way, is the reason I believe that a virus was created in the first place in China to kill off all the old people because it's their taxation purposes, right? They've got a lot of old people who are not paying tax and draining the system. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that's fact. I mean, I wouldn't want China to be upset with me. I'm not Donald Trump. But yeah, I believe, and I'm pretty certain that Italy were quite happy to gladly have it, not transported accidentally by whoever. I think gladly take it off their hands because they've got the same issue. It's not an issue for the people, it's an issue for the government. They're getting taxes. They're not getting taxes off old people. It costs you money. It's draining of resources. Last person that had a problem with this was a guy called Hitler. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, by the way. I'm just saying the last person that said was like over a certain age, you had to be terminated. You know, and that's what I think happened. Honestly, you think there's all this nonsense about, oh, we're overpopulated. We're fucking overpopulated. Of course we're fucking not. Of course we're not. I know the planet is not overpopulated with humans. Humans congregate in areas, yeah? It's our nature. We congregate in the same area. But we're not overpopulated because we do that. Certain areas are because we're all in that area, but we're not. The world's not. You know it's not. There's loads of places still haven't been explored. Go live there. Oh, right, yeah, that's right. It's out of... look at that. I've missed a bit. Just wait. Just to these off a knife. I'm not really. extreme. Like, see, poached egg like that. It's good, right? It's a way to do that. And then it's really hot, slightly. And then what I do is to cut it out, squash it. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yolk going out and everything perfect. Oh, anyway. Right. Nearly done. Not quite. One more thing. Yep. Up there. Pretty good, it's timing right. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying nothing's factual. Of course it's not. I mean, the people talking about it on TV don't know the facts, do they? Of course not. After people tell you what to do, a politician's doing it based on what they can gain from it and not from any other reason. And that's a sad thing. Because people are doing things what they can gain on from what they can gain, not what's best for the human race or whatever. And that's all of humanity. We all do the same thing. We're all sad little lonely idiots that just care about greed, and it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't go after what you want, but people's wants are weird. It's extremely weird. People want for the most bizarre like material possessions. I don't really grasp. Like women that spend thousands on a fucking handbag. You know, the only person who knows how much you spend on a handbag is you. Every man doesn't give a shit at all. At all. They're like, why haven't you just got some fucking clothes with some pockets? Yeah. But fair play, got a handbag sound. No one looks at it. Other women may look at it, but they don't know if it's fake or not. If it's better than theirs, they're probably going, oh, she's got a fucking fake one. Because not all women, but the majority of them, I like that, right? Majority. I'm sorry, but it's true. I'm sorry if I've just upset half the people in the world, but roughly. But yeah, no one gives a shit. This is weird stuff. People like chase after the bizarrest fucking bullshit. The bizarrest bullshit. It's absolutely fucking crazy. Anyway, I'm different because I'm not interested in that. No, I'm not. It's not. I'm different. I'm just saying it as it is, and I'm sure every man on the planet would say about that sort of stuff. Oh, there's a lot of men that chase after. I mean, it's not down to just women. Men chase after absolute bollocks as well. They want stuff that they want or need. It's just crazy. Humans are weirdos. And sheep. And the majority of the public are fucking sheep. Hey, you have to have a vaccination to get something that won't kill you. What? Don't worry about it. I'd rather get it and become immune to it, right? Build up immunity against the shit. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to die. Oh, you might give it to old people. Fuck off. Don't say an old person ever. Piss off. Talking shit. You made me stay in my house for a fucking year. You're talking shit. It didn't exist. Now, how would it still be passed around? There's no one out to fucking pass it around. Who was passing it about? Who? You know? If it was all the key workers, what we should have done is stick all the fucking key workers in after 2 months, all the key workers stay the fuck at home, and all the people that doing their normal jobs or whatever, now you have to do a key worker job. You'll learn. It's only for a fucking month. Not that many mistakes to be made. Do you know what I mean? And then, or everyone just stays in for a month. Who cares? Less people die in the long run. Yeah. If that was the case, if it's the key workers that pass around the virus, well, make them stay at home as well, or instead of after a month, because then the people that haven't got it, definitely, because they've been stuck in the house, can go outside and do all the key worker jobs. Maybe just an idea, or just make everyone stay at fucking bollocks. Close the borders. That'd be the first thing, right? England did that last year for a month, was it? 2 weeks, a month? I can't remember. England closed the borders for the shortest amount of time. Last year, at the end of the bollocks. Yep. Scam. If you thought a virus was going to kill you and your fellow citizens, dead, you'd close the borders straight away. You would not leave the borders open. The borders were just open. So yeah. Anyway, I'm talking about that fucking bullshit. So, anyway, all I was going to say was my whole point was it's good that the UK's stopping the scam now. They find other ways of scamming people. They probably tell people they have to have a. They tell those people it doesn't matter now. So all those people that just spent the last little bit of money on that PCR test or whatever, so they can go to the country and then get back to UK or whatever, and fucking or paid for a vaccine or bollocks. Just got ripped off. You've been had. You've been had by a fucking Indian on the other side of the phone trying to sell you fucking double glazing and shit. Why? People in India. All the scam call centres, pretty much 90% of the scams call centres are all in India. Sauce, but I might put a little bit of sauce on. I don't know, a cup of coffee. My coffee's nearly finished. For now. Yeah, I might do a little. Not really into tomato ketchup, but why not, eh? Why not? Made my dessert, made my dinner, got the sit just there, and my food. Anyway, have an opinion on things. Have an opinion that differs from the masses if it does or not. Not on purpose, just have your opinion. Don't care what other people think of your opinion. You're not here to please other people. You're not here to please anyone. Even yourself, you can. I mean, it's nice to be a happy soul, and try to be anyway. So yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about anyone else. Don't worry about their decisions. Just because people go, "Ooh, you're going to affect your grandma." Fuck off. My grandma's been dead long, a long time. I'm not going to see any old people. Don't go and visit old people's homes. If you are liable to catch something from going outside, stay the fuck inside. Don't bring it on me. Don't put your shit on me. I'm not here to help you. And to think that I should, that's a bit wrong, isn't it? The expectations there, aren't there? Quite great expectations. To expect me to do something for another human that wouldn't do anything for me in normal day-to-day life. Fuck off. It's bullshit. Talking shit. Anyway, that's what I think. If you're going to die from something, you're going outside, stay inside. If you're not, go out. So yeah, I'm not going to pick on anyone or say. I know many people that haven't had vaccinations. I know many people that know it's a load of bollocks. Not one of them's had COVID. How many people you know who have had a vaccination? Experimental, by the way. First time we've done it that way. Because it takes too long to produce a vaccine. So it's a synthetic one. Anyway, so how many people do you know who had the vaccine, have had COVID since having the vaccine, or because of the vaccine, or whatever? Yeah? Well done. Well done, that vaccine. Well done. I've not had COVID or a vaccine. No. I'm not trying to say you should. I'm not saying what you should or shouldn't do. I have no opinion. I don't care. I'm just saying, start thinking for yourselves. Start thinking for yourselves. Don't do what people tell you. Don't go and buy a fucking Gucci or whatever bollocks handbag. No one gives a shit but you. It's like buying a Rolex watch. I shit you not. I've been in a position where I could easily have walked into a shop and bought a Rolex, 2, 3, 10 Rolexes, and gone, oh, I've got a €10,000 or pound watch on my arm. No one knows. No one, only me. No one else gives a shit. No one else looks at your shitty 3D phone app other than you. And you got a fucking phone app that tells the time. What do you need a fucking big the big clunky fucking analog pile of antique on your fucking arm to smash on anything? Damage as you walk along. What do you want that for? It doesn't make sense. Anyway, I used to wear watches quite a bit, really, but I never spent money on them. It was just kind of like an accessory, but now I just think they look stupid. I think sports watches and your new smartwatches are useful if you use them. They're useful. They really are. They're useful. They really have a use and a purpose. But analog watches don't have a purpose. Only accessory. It's only like wearing a hairband. So there's nothing wrong with wearing an analog watch because it matches your suit or whatever. But that's a fucking. Don't spend more than let's go high. Let's go €200. Let's say €1,000. Oh, if you spent €2,000 on the new Amiga, no one can read it as Amiga. No one gives a shit, and no one knows who it is except for you and your watch friends. There's millions of bullshit watches that no one gives a shit about. But yeah, they're great. Yeah. Once upon a time, when it was hard to make the mechanism by hand, bang on. But everything's made on the machine. Everything's machine parts, mass produced in the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions. It's bullshit. You're paying for a fucking cocker shit name. Fuck off. Anyway, that's the same. This is. I sound like I'm moaning. I'm not. I'm really happy. I'm going to eat this because it's right now right temperature. Yeah, it's perfect. Because it's too hot before. And I think just like a little anti-marketing ploy. If you're into marketing, find a bridge, jump off it. That's what I think. You're scum. Basically, it's a well-paid job. It's a scummy job. All the well-paid jobs, most of the well-paid jobs are scummy jobs, right? It's true. You don't get paid for skill levels anymore. You don't get paid based on your anything. Nothing. You're paid on how much money the company makes selling bullshit to naive people or gullible idiots wishing to buy your shit. That's it, basically. That's what I'm saying. It's not a moan. I'm just saying. It sounds like a moan, doesn't it? Anyway, it's long enough. I was just having a little talk and got carried away, and I made my food, and now I'm going to eat it. Look, it's my food. I'm going to eat it. Everyone, fuck off. Go take your vaccines. But